Last clutch of the season. It's numbered as 10. Goldeneye Het T Plus to a VPI striped Llyly Het T Plus. 15 eggs. We did lose one during incubation. It went nasty. And they started to pip a couple days ago. As you can see, it's nice and empty in here. And we have kiddos out. Hey YouTube, last clutch of the season. This is clutch 10 of 2021. The tag says it's a Llyly Het T Plus, but actually she is a VPI stripe Llyly Het T Plus, bred to a fantastic Goldeneye Het T positive. So first things first, we are expecting to or hoping to see some albino Goldeneyes, some regular Goldeneyes, some T positives, and then some normals, and they all should be very heavily red influenced. Mom is just solid red, and hopefully I will toss in a picture of dad and mom so that you guys have some basis of comparison. But for now, we will get into the first box. So, as with all of our clutches, we do try to allow them to pip naturally. And then at some point we will go in and help them out of their eggs. So what I can see here already is that we have an albino out and a really, really good looking colored Goldeneye. So we'll get those guys out of there first. This Goldeneye was actually the first one to pip. He pipped a couple nights ago. And it's not really a surprise that he's the first one out. Beautiful coloration. Awesome pattern. I'm loving the tiger banding on him and the super red on his neck already. And then as with all the rest of the clutches this season, incubating at a longer temperature, no bellies and no yolk sacs. Very happy with how that's worked out for us. Here is a very, very nicely colored albino with some striping. Again, these are Llyly line, so we do expect that there is going to be some great colors and inky black contrast. Let's see what we got here. Empty egg. Ooh, almost didn't make it. Empty egg. We do have an egg in here that has not pipped on its own. We will end up opening that. Full disclosure, with this season, any of the eggs that we had that did not pip on their own with the rest of the group, we did end up opening off camera, or there were a few on camera. None of those made it. There was something wrong with all of them. And I say all of them, but we didn't have that many. There were a couple eggs that are that way, but they all had some sort of defect that kept them from hatching on their own, and they did not survive. Hey kiddo. A nice little Goldeneye here. Beautiful head. We've been hatching Goldeneyes since I think, was 2013 our first year?
I think so.
So we've been producing Goldeneyes since 2013, and it just never gets old. All right, so see, this guy was still in his egg. Yep, I'll get better at that, I promise. This guy was still in his egg. He hadn't come out, but you'll notice as I opened up the egg further, there were no veining, there's no nothing, there's no food left in there. He's just chilling until he feels secure enough to come out. We do not allow them to stay in there that long because they will stay in there forever, because their egg all their stuff inside of that egg is very nasty, and it's stinky, and it's just a biological mess. So we don't allow them to stay in there. I don't like when I get close to their tongues with the scissors. It's concerned. Wow. All right, so here's a normal, and you can instantly see the Llyly influence, or I'm sorry, I can. Look at how deep that coloration is on there. Just absolutely fantastic. Great looking little normal. This one will be Pos Het albino. So it was a het to het. They will be, oh boy, we're gonna challenge it here. 50%? No, 66% het to het. 66% possible het albino. I'm playing with the eggs here a little bit because I've gotten a little bit of a sneak preview of what we've got, and I'm
torturing me.
I'm gonna play coy a little bit here. So, something else. We've been producing Goldeneyes and Pixels and Magpies and all sorts of things for years. We've produced albino Magpie Boutiques, we've produced albino Pixels, and we've never actually produced just the straight albino Goldeneye. And it's just kind of been a point of contention for Allie and I both, that we've done all these other things that we've wanted to do, but the magnificent albino Goldeneye has eluded us. But I do believe that all ends today, and I think it was meant to be. What better way to have your first albino Goldeneyes than in a Llyly clutch? And not just kind of Llyly either. It's a lot of Llyly. All right. So we'll see if I was right. I do believe, based on the nose, that this was a T positive Llyly Goldeneye. As you can see from the head, it is. And look at the color. That's that Llyly shining through. Some striping. It's got the pattern from Dad. Goodness, that is going to be something else. Perfect belly. It's closed up already. They used up all the food reserves. That's what you want. Really? Wow. And you can see with the Goldeneye and the albino comparison, it truly is the best of both worlds. So I'm going to set this guy aside, I think, until last. We'll open that up. All right, guys. We are on to box number 2 of the last clutch of the season. Oh boy. Oh boy.
Can't play coy with that one.
All right. Well, that is a Llyly Goldeneye in all of its glory. All right, so really quick before we get to moving that stuff around. So we've got this egg that needs to be opened. It's the only one that hadn't pipped on its own. And then we have this little unit here you may or may not have seen me pull out of the first box. So what this is a sensor push sensor that I have put into a container of rice. The rice is just to soak up any additional moisture because the boxes are generally 100% humidity, and the sensors aren't really designed for that. So I put that in there, and that is giving me a good idea of what the in-box temperature is. So in most incubators, you will have an air sensor that is checking the temperature of the air. But the thing with air temperature is it changes very quick. The temperature in the eggs does not change as quick. So having some sort of measurement from in a box will tell me if my temperature is spiked in the air. It'll let me know if I'm in danger inside of the box. I do recommend for any of you that are willing to spend the extra money, sensor push sensors, and then also get the base unit that allows you to monitor everything via the internet. It has changed how we manage our temperatures. We have them in every single reptile room that we have. So they have been a game changer. Let's see if I can get this guy out of here. Wow. This is just so good looking. Perfect belly. That is a beautiful snake. Cool head pattern too. Always love the dots. And then we will open up the rest of these guys. We'll start over here. Nope, we will not start with that one. We'll start with this. It's clearly T-positive albino. It can be kind of hard to, whenever they do their heads through the little hole like that, they've wedged in there, it makes it very difficult to cut around. Let's see what this guy's gonna do. Come on, Bubba, let's get that head. You can already see that it's gonna have some really great coloration. There you go. Look at that. All right. Another killer pattern. It does not have any striping, but it does have a lot of pattern. Very nice. Has a little bit of a little bump there. We'll see how that goes. So in this clutch, we should have roughly 50% Goldeneyes. It's a, wow, that is a good looking, love that stripe and those spots, look at that. Really neat, that big or that arrow on the head. All right, so what was I saying? Head to head. So I'm trying to remember here. So head albino to head albino is 25%? Albinos? I can't remember. I know. It'll be it'll pop up at the bottom of the screen because I'm clearly having memory lapse here. It is 4th of July. Had a couple days off of work and I have definitely gone in a mental shutdown. So anyways, there'll be a portion of those that would be just a normal albino and then a portion that would be the albino Goldeneye. So far we've done really good because we have 2 normal albinos and then 2 albino Goldeneyes, which seems to be about spot on. can see by the head of that one, it's a nice little Goldeneye. Seems like it has a nice coloration on the head. It's like almost a purple or a blue. I hovered around that snake's face just long enough. I thought for sure I was going to get bit. Looks good. Doesn't seem to have a lot of color influence, so we'll just have to see how this one matures. They all change with age. Generally, they get better. Well, they all get better looking. Just what level will the colors intensify? Hey kiddo. Hi, you want to come out and join the world? More great red. Yeah, hi. What are you doing all flat over there, Big Dorcas? Oh yeah, you mad? Alright, so this last one that's pipped here, unless my eyes deceive me, that would be another albino Goldeneye, which I believe is just better than the odds. I was pretty happy about that. Going from no actual visual albino Goldeneyes to 3 of them. So we'll take it. I'm sure you guys can hear the extra narration from behind the camera. That is Llyly. Llyly is my wife, and she is also my partner, and a big reason why any of this even is possible. So a lot of you guys, ooh, came out there swinging. A lot of you guys know me, Chris, because I've always been the vocal one. But it is a true partnership. Llyly does most of the work these days, and then I swing in at the end and take credit for it. Like these fantastic albino Goldeneyes, I don't think it'd be possible without me. No, but the truth is, Llyly does the majority of the work, and I'm doing most of the online presence. So if you're emailing, whether it be through Morph Market or a general email or something like that, you'll be talking to me. If you call, you will likely be talking to Llyly. And that's just kind of how that works. They look great. They look really good. So, oh yeah, so we got another egg over here that I need to open. So anyhow, yeah, so Llyly does the majority of the work. I'm the pretty face. There you go. So that's how that works. And then I was going to say, while I'm opening this one up, we're talking about the beginning of the videos, the egg cutting videos, or the opening, putting stuff away, was that this is the first season. Wow, that is a really hard egg. The first season of us using lower temperatures. We've generally used 88 to 89 for our incubation temperatures. And you know, the truth is we got a lot of eggs with animals that had big yolks, and yeah, so this guy was never going to make it. So like I said, if they don't pip when everything else is pipping, something is wrong.
An albino, or
I can't tell, it just didn't develop. So it doesn't have its coloration. The eggshell's really hard. So there's any number of things here that could have complicated that. Yeah, I don't know that we need to get to. Yeah, it has some defects. Okay, so if they don't pip at the same time as everything else, it's fairly safe to say that it isn't going to do what it's supposed to be. There's something wrong. That can be really, it can be any number of things that could be wrong. It just is what it is. I hear a lot of people say, oh, I cut the eggs early. Well, first of all, they're your eggs. It's your prerogative. You literally can do anything you want. And we've done it. We've gone through and we've cut eggs, but we have had more issues with premature stuff because we weren't patient or we read the situation wrong. So what we do is we allow the eggs to pip on their own. And so far, since we've been doing that, and it's hard, by the way, it's very hard to be patient. Everything that was healthy and was supposed to pip, pipped and hatched, and anything that didn't, and there was just something wrong. So if there's anything to learn from that, it's just try to be patient. If you want to open up a window to your eggs and you want to see what's going on, absolutely, you can do that. They are your eggs. There's going to be no judgment from this side. So now back to what I was saying before with the eggs. So this season we did about 86.5 to 87, and if we had the incubator swing at all, it swung to about 87.5. So we definitely kept it in the lower range. All of the babies went a minimum of 65 days until they pipped. They all pipped perfect. No stomachs, no yolks, no ucky yucky stuff, nothing at all. And the babies have all been a little bit on the thinner side. So when we go to feed them in about 2 weeks, most of this stuff seems to be far more ready and willing to eat. So, you know, just initially now, because this is about the clutch, I've got to say that it's definitely worked out for us. I do think we will do another video and kind of just do a season wrap up and talk about the things that worked and the things that didn't. We will talk about one of our clutches that you did not see, which was a batik to a magpie. We had some issues with that. I don't have the video for it just because there's something wrong with the video, but I do have some stuff that I can share. We'll talk about why that did not work, and you know, if anything else, you guys will hopefully learn from the stuff that we're seeing. So as far as this clutch goes, that's all we've got. The next videos you can expect to see are going to be more spotlight stuff. We'll talk a little bit more about some origin items. We will do how we pack boxes for shipments, how we set up incubator boxes, you know, all of the stuff that we do in hopes that you guys can learn, even if it's just a little piece of what we do to make yours better. If you take something away from even just one of our videos, it will have all been worth it. So that is it for eggs for 2021. Please leave a comment. You like what we do, you don't like what we do. I talk too much, the snakes are pretty, but you don't know what they are. Leave a comment. Let us know what's going on, what you think. Please like the videos. That helps a lot. It helps us understand what it is that you are interested in and what you are. And subscribe. Without your support, none of this is worth it. So like, comment, subscribe, and we will see you on the next video.